So that's the opening scene. Santa smiling, delivering presents. Predator drone, just blood on his face, and he wakes up on the floor. Just damn you, and then jump forward 15 years,
just holding
everyone's
Rudolph's nose, snout in its head.
Can that 30-second snippet be the preview for this podcast episode, and then we go to the intro?
Yeah.
I'm going to cut this out. This is gold. Someone's going to steal my idea.
Yeah, 100%. You can't have someone steal your idea.
Everyone's looking for the next new thing for a great Christmas film.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino, that movie thief, he's going to steal it.
Yeah. Joseph Stalin as Santa, kind of.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's very dark.
Welcome to Canadian Politics is Boring.
Welcome back to another terrifying episode of Canadian Politics is Boring. My name is Jesse, and with me always is my good buddy Rhys. Say hello.
Hi.
And in the studio with us today is comedian Karan Sidhu.
Wow, that
Did I get
was
it?
terrible.
Did I? No,
you
Karan
butchered
Sidhu?
it.
Karan
You
Sidhu?
just upset 1.6 billion people on the other side of the planet.
I mean, that's par for the course for this show, honestly.
I tried to teach him phonetically, but he couldn't get it.
Okay, say it again. What's your name?
All Sikhs are leaving the whole farming cause, and now they're just coming after Jesse. I know.
Just leaving 3-star and 2-star reviews.
No, they don't have internet.
How do you pronounce your name, sir?
Karan Sidhu.
Karan.
Yeah.
You
Karan
told me it was Karen.
I know. I joked. I said, "Do people call you Karen?"
I
get called Rhys all the
Dude,
time.
I did not know that was a joke at all.
Oh, Karen, yeah. I mean,
Karen.
I've been called
swear
Karen.
to God, I thought
every new teacher I've ever had is like Karen, and eventually I was like, oh, yeah, it's me. Yeah.
You don't want to be a Karen.
Yeah.
Sorry, say it one more time for me.
Karan Sidhu.
Karan, like current, but without the T.
Yeah.
Karan.
Yeah.
Sidhu, like a Sudoku.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I remember stuff.
Okay.
Karan Sidhu.
Don't do it again.
The intro?
Yeah, go do it again.
Welcome to Canadian Politics is Boring. My name is Jesse. With me as always is Rhys. And in the studio is Karan Sidhu.
Oh my God, you got it. I mean, you stuttered at the start, but you got it. That's good.
Okay, there we go.
I find it's good enough. That's the level today.
So Karan is a local comedian, and he's actually has his own television show coming out on Bell, which is amazing. And he's here to learn stuff about Canada from Rhys.
Yeah.
Even though I was born and raised here, I look like I just floated here on a wooden door yesterday.
And even though I only moved here 3 years ago, I look like I was born here.
You're fine. You are perfectly fine. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate this.
No, it's good. I'm glad
awesome
to have you here. Rhys, what do you have to teach us about today?
I was going to ask Karan a little bit about himself.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So
we can do some more
the
banter.
listeners need to know why he's here and what he has to offer us.
I would also like to know why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be good.
And also what you have to offer us.
Yeah, what I have to offer.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
Why should we listen to you?
Tell us a bit about your comedy.
Is it funny?
I'm friggin' hilarious. I'm top 5 definitely in the world right now.
Wow.
Even though no one knows it. No, I started stand up back in 2008, and then I just started having kids, man. Like. So I had to get out of it for
Seems
a while.
synonymous with the stand-up business.
Oh my! Well, I don't know. Yeah. It kind of, but like, if your first 2 were mistakes, and then the other 2 were planned. Anyways,
I could feel the air quotes.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to comedy has always been what I truly wanted to do. So naturally, I started selling cars, and that sucked. So. I got back into it. My wife is like super, super supportive, and she said, "Listen, you gotta chase it because you're driving me fucking nuts, just pacing around the house, doing bits all the time." And then we just started, and then I got into filming, and I just pitched a show to Bell, and they said yes to a travel show in the middle of a pandemic. So,
which is amazing.
It's awesome. It's crazy. I can't believe they said yes.
Now, was it just Nova Scotia?
Yeah. So
it's a little safer
1,
than the rest of the country.
Yeah, season 1 is just Nova Scotia. We're actually on hiatus right now because of the whole thing. But,
right.
We will share your trailer on our social media.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We have
at least
350 followers.
350?
I know, we're really huge.
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I knew I picked a good one. This is good.
What happens is Nike just sends us clothes. We don't have to pay for it. They just go, just wear them.
Oh, really? Oh, Nike.
That's amazing.
Send me stuff. Do I just say my
you
address?
have 350 followers? I don't think so.
Do I say my address in the microphone? Is that how they send it?
That's how
Social
it
security
works,
number.
Oh, so yeah, okay, cool. I haven't gotten one of those yet.
So I thought...
It's right on the side of the door that you floated in.
Yeah. That is racist. How dare you?
Jesse's awful. He's going to love this episode.
Oh, good.
It's all about the Trumpiness in Canada.
So we talked about Canadians at the Trump rally, and now we're talking about Trumpy,
the imprint of Trump in Canada.
Yeah.
I've got some stats in front of me. The question is, who do you trust the most between Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump to boost the economy? What percentage?
If Donald Trump was running Canada?
What percentage of Canadians prefer Justin Trudeau, and what percent of Canadians prefer Donald Trump?
Do you have the stat there of how many people are white in Canada? That would help. That would help a lot.
That would help a lot. Do you want me to just tell you?
Okay, I'm going to say, I'll just jump right in. I'm going to say, I'm going to say it's pretty split. I think pretty split down the middle. Is it?
From what I understand, from reading recently about statistics.
Oh, you read?
I just learned.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks, Mom. Something around 60 to 65% of Canadians actually vote Liberal and are Liberal left-leaning, but because the Liberal side of Canada is divided into 4 or more different sections, it just gets divided, and then the right side is just one party, right? So that's why it fucks people over so much. So I'm going to assume that around 30 to 35% would say Trump.
64%.
Holy fuck.
Trudeau.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
20% Trump.
All right.
That's still staggering.
Now, what I'm under, I actually didn't follow Trump during his 4-year rampage, but from what I have been told from people who were less emotional and more just like observant, it's like, oh, he's a monster, yes, but he actually boosted the economy like while he was there.
I think that's bullshit, though.
Is it? Okay, again, I don't know.
There's more people
right?
unemployed. It's like record unemployment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it had a lot of Obama DNA all over that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he splooged all over the economy. What I'm saying is it's his fingerprints on that, I think.
Right.
I don't know. I just love the guy. That's why I'm saying it.
But do you want to know the more shocking stat? How many Canadians who support the Conservative Party prefer Donald Trump to run the economy over Justin Trudeau?
Oh, well, I know
That changes
conservatives fucking hate Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau, only 32% prefer Justin
Oh,
Trudeau.
yeah.
48% of Conservatives would rather Donald Trump run the Canadian economy.
Amazing.
It's so funny because I'm one of those guys. I can have friends on either sides of things, whether we agree on it or not. And I do have friends. I think I spoke to you about this earlier this week.
Yeah, well, I said what we were going to talk about, and you were like, "I got friends." I was like, "This is great. You're the perfect person."
Yeah, I do have friends who are Trump supporters, and they're here.
No.
Oh yeah. Some of my friends out in Alberta, some of them here. Even, and I'm just like, but like, why? And I'm not asking to be like, oh, fuck you, how dare you? I'm just asking like, why? They don't have a proper answer,
right?
It's
yeah,
like,
no, of course.
I get my news from memes or whatever the fuck, whatever they say. Like,
It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah,
I have a friend in Toronto who has always been into politics, and he was running for NDP for years, whether like in smaller, not like running for the NDP, but like that's where he would vote, and that's where he was like running for various. I think he was running to be MLA for a long time, and then he just kept growing up in the ranks, and then he came down to Halifax a couple years ago, and we met up for a beer just to shoot the shit. We haven't talked in a while, and he had switched from. He had switched to conservative. He was in conservative now. I'm like, oh wow, that's very strange.
It's a full 180.
It's very strange, yeah. And so
I think you can get bit by the bug. I lived in Alberta for like a better part of a decade, and there was at one point I kind of got bit by the bug. So all my buddies were voting conservative. That was before Trump and all this stuff, but I did. I voted conservative once.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know
as I was told, Canadian conservatives are kind of similar to like American liberals.
Sure.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, well, I asked him about like, why are you conservative? And he's like, well, we can, and it was always has to do with the economy. Always.
Yeah.
And that's it.
know.
And like, this guy is such a sweet, soft-spoken, well-educated person that I was very surprised. But I asked him, I was just like, I'm curious, please just tell me. And he talked about the economy a lot. And he was here for, amazingly, and I don't know why they do this, but in Halifax, we have an annual conservative convention.
Do we really?
How
do you get tickets?
I didn't even know.
Can we go?
We should do it. We should do a live
go.
podcast.
We should
record
go.
it.
We should totally go.
Can we go? We should do a film about it.
Let's
go undercover.
do it, man.
So
Am I allowed?
He was,
to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, like, I
was
just
wondering.
tell them you're conservative, even if you're not. I would do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just you
I'll
wear a
shave.
little-
I'll shave my beard and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
It's like going to the airport for me. Shave your beard, have an extra white accent. Good morning. Do you guys have mayonnaise sandwiches here? I am starving. Just for reference, so these guys don't get in trouble, I am brown, so I'm allowed to say that stuff. And all my friends are white, except for like I got a couple black ones peppered in there.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know why we got here. Just wanted to say that. Just letting you know. Just for any conservatives out there, because I can just hear the from here. All my friends are white.
So we were at a restaurant, and he was introducing me to his other conservative friends who were like rude and kind of just mean. And it was like, okay. And he's like, oh, that's not what they're like. Really, trust me, they're better than this. And then the waitress comes by, and he stops and asks her like, can I ask you something and be honest with us? And she's like, sure. He's like, I've been at this convention, the conservative convention, all for this weekend, and I'm assuming you got a lot of conservatives coming to the restaurant. She's like, yeah. Can you be honest and tell me, like, just what were they like? And she's like, they were kind of really rude, like all of them, just really mean and really rude and just kind of. That's sorry, but that's what it was. He's like, really? She's like, yeah.
Did he get her number?
It's like, I'm the nice one.
Yeah, I feel really bad for you.
And we'll get on to other things, but let me just end my confusion with the extreme right.
Yeah, okay.
Is whenever I hear extreme rights talk, it always has to do with the economy. And I get it. The economy is important. We need an important economy. We need a thriving economy. We need an economy to be working. I get it. But now and then, there's going to be things that are more important than in the economy. Like, oh, the world is currently on fire, right?
And not being racist.
And not being racist. And like things of
I
that
thought
nature.
racism was over.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to inform you.
You know what it's like.
But they always come back with like, but the economy. I'm like, yeah, but school shootings. Yes, but the economy.
Right. I think you know what it is. It's like religious people using their holy book to try to win an argument.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but at the same time, all this stuff is happening over here. Yeah, but in this page over here, it says that that's fine. So, oh, is it? Okay.
It's just
Malcolm 272 said.
Yeah. Is there a Malcolm in the Bible?
There should be.
I was
There should
just
be a
wondering. I had
Malcolm.
no idea.
I would like to see a Malcolm and like a Fred.
In the Bible. Malcolm and Fred, the lesser known disciples. That'd be a great movie.
Yeah.
Reject disciples.
Fred 1412, how to fix an 86 Pontiac. Oh my God.
So basically, when you just ask for Donald Trump to be the straight up leader of Canada, 31% of Canadian conservatives still like him just to be the leader in general, not just on the economy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Which is 2% of liberals would prefer him be leader as well, which is weird.
Wow.
But I guess you know what that does. It doesn't. It's not really about Trump. It speaks to who a lot of our neighbors are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he speaks their language, and we just don't realize how crazy it is out there. Like there's a lot of shit out there. Like I tell people this all the time. I lived in a small town in Alberta, okay, which is basically our Texas.
Where in Alberta did you live?
Stettler. Actually, it was a wonderful town.
I lived
Stettler,
in Calgary for a few years.
Okay, it's
I
a
don't
2.5
remember
hours northeast. Lovely town. Shout out to Stettler Dodge. I love you guys. That's where I love it. Anyways.
That's where you worked? Settler
I worked
Dodge?
at Stettler Dodge.
Is there anybody in particular at Settler Dodge you want to say hi to?
Kelly Hicks and Darren Benson. Love them very much.
Hi, Kelly Hicks and Darren
Kelly
Benson.
Hicks is
Hello.
actually a huge part of the reason why I'm not like in jail or do failure right now.
Can we return to that?
Oh yeah, no, really. Sorry, let's. Yeah,
No,
let's,
sorry. I didn't mean return to that. So I was doing the words wrong. I mean, can we expand further into why you're not currently in jail? Is what I meant to say.
Oh no!
Oh, this is just a general.
This would be a great time for my in-laws to shut this off. No, you know what? I was getting into some trouble. I had
Expand.
I had a crazy upbringing. Like, you know, father was an alcoholic. He passed away when I was young, and I was kind of left all alone when I was young. Now, don't feel bad for me.
All right.
I actually get an erection for some reason when people do that.
Me too.
Awesome. All right.
The table has risen a few inches.
And so I was still on this path for a long, long time. And like, I never had anybody tell me that I was better than what I was being. And he was the first, Kelly Hicks, the owner of Stellar Dodge. And he'll always be like, no, it wasn't me. And I was like, yeah, it's you, dude. So yeah, he kind of like wouldn't give up on me and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
He's the best. Like, he's the best dude in the world.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
you totally skipped over the jail part. I noticed.
No. I got it wasn't like I wasn't selling drugs or anything like that.
Well, when my Kia breaks down, I'm going to drive to Alberta, fly to Alberta because my car was broken down, and buy a Dodge from him.
Stellar Dodge.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just because he sounds like an awesome person.
Yeah. Oh, he's the man. He's the best. But where were we? Oh, yes. Anyways,
jail.
I'm jail. I got into some trouble. In
All right,
my
I won't
younger
pry it
days.
further.
Yeah. Next podcast, though, for sure.
So there's also a website. I don't know if I'm going to show this to you. Is CanadaSupportsTrump.com, and it's essentially a website that sells merch, and the logo is hilarious. It's the maple leaf superimposed on a silhouette of Donald Trump's hair and face.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
God.
You gotta be kidding me.
And essentially it's just a merchandise store. Someone's just trying to make
How much
money.
is that hat, though?
The trucker cap is $25.99.
Can you? Yeah, I'm gonna give you my credit card. Can you just order me everything?
There's a toddler short sleeve shirt,
Oh, my God.
and also a unisex hoodie
for the tiny douchebag in your family.
for the little assholes. CanadaSupportsTrump.com. Don't go there. Don't buy the products.
You just gave them a free plug, my friend.
Seriously.
We're going to get all kinds of free swag now.
So
I'm hoping Stellar Dodge will send us a free truck. That'd be nice. That'd be great.
I've been trying.
And I like, out of all of the Canadians, weirdly, I mean, the Conservative Party has certainly been moving in the direction of using a similar messaging to Trump. So Aaron O'Toole, his campaign slogan of "Take Canada Back," and
listen, Aaron O'Toole, I have to say, I know you say "Take Canada Back," and I know who you're saying it to. No, you can't have it back. I'm sorry. it's ours now.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So
we're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
And also even like there was. I saw some memes going around about them saying about trying to start the thing about Trudeau rigging the election.
Of course.
All that kind of bullshit, kind of alternative narrative. And also they've been cozying up to far-right media outlets like The Rebel and all these things, and Conservative MPs have been appearing on this. So they've kind of embraced the Trumpiness far-right kind of element.
well, they saw it works.
Yeah, exactly. But I won't say but yet, actually. I'm going to take that but out.
Okay.
No, the but was too soon.
No,
no one likes early but.
Well,
so one example.
has she shower grease?
Fresh morning butt.
Fresh morning booty.
Oh, my God.
Brought to you by Canadian Politics is Important.
I'm so sorry, Mother.
She doesn't listen to this.
She does.
She really?
Yeah, she does.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Jesse's mom.
Your parents live on an island. It is very nice.
I do. It's a
What
lovely
island?
I won't
Oh,
say.
wow.
I won't say. I'm not going to say. I was always going to say.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Yeah,
Alcatraz.
that's where it is. Yeah.
I knew it.
Do any of you know Senator Lynn Beyak?
No.
She's a real character.
Is she?
No. Well, when I
no.
say character, I mean I'd say doesn't seem like a very nice person. She's a senator, but she's quite controversial in her position on a lot of things, and it tends to be quite far right in a lot of her opinions.
Right.
But, it's hard to get rid of a senator. She donated $300 to U.S. President Donald Trump's party because she has a second home in New York. And listed herself as retired, which is illegal. So under the US Federal Election Campaign Act and commission regulations, foreigners are prohibited from making any contributions in connection with any federal, state, or local elections in the United States. She donated to Trump and then claimed it was an error. I don't know who accidentally donate to a political party illegally.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
It's like a 3 or 4 step.
In the 90s, I donated to the Ba'athist Party in Iraq so many times by accident.
It's so hard. It's so easy to do. Yeah.
Well, you know what? They thank you for that rocket launcher. they're like Rhys Waters, whoever that guy is.
But I didn't mean to. That's the funny part. It was an accident.
You know what I find with this is probably going to be a really shitty thing to say, but
Good.
let's go with it.
Just amp it up, man. Dial it to 11. Let's go.
You see all these the far right is getting like very attractive women, like Tomi Lahren. What's her name? Tomi, like people like that.
They're on TikTok and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think that
I'm looking her up right now. How do you spell her name?
TOMILAHRENNUDEP. No, never mind. Not the last part though.
Oh wow, she is very pretty.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's so crazy how they do that, because a lot of their base is like hot chick boobs. Let's listen to what she has to say. I really think that's what it is. Like
as annoying as it is, it's basically the Hooters business model.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
absolutely.
Yeah.
100% it is. It's anybody who the Westboro Baptist Church would whack off to is basically who they're going to put on the news.
But you do find as well, like the way they've like tapped a lot of the.
I think we need to put like a warning at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No, don't apologize at all.
All of our episodes are labeled explicit. It's fine. So
this is extra explicit.
Sorry.
No. This is great.
The last bonus episode we did with John, he was doing the voice of Boris Johnson, graphically detailing sex with his wife. So it's not in a British accent with like.
What was that? Like, no, you don't want to try it. I'm gonna try it.
It was amazing and incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I requested it. And it
Really?
and I regretted it immediately.
The whole QAnon thing, a lot of wellness influencers, like people who do like yoga and healthy living, jumped onto the QAnon thing and got seduced by it because of the whole anti-child trafficking and all this kind of thing.
Right.
And it's crazy how many influencers did buy into the whole weird Trump thing.
And it's because it's like no one's on the other side of this argument. Like child trafficking is bad.
Yeah.
But they claimed it as they're for it. We're not. That's what I'm guessing.
If you're not with QAnon, then you're for child trafficking is pretty much what they're saying.
And
Like,
baby
I don't
eating.
know.
We joke all the time about the people who accuse Justin Trudeau of eating babies.
Yes.
We actually had an email because we talked about this in our last.
oh yeah, that's great. We had an email about
First episode of season 2, we did another joke about Justin Trudeau as a baby eater, and we had a great email from a listener that said,
Oh, this is going to be good.
This is from a guy called Kevin, and it said, thanks, Kevin, for the email, by the way. If you get that barbecue invite from the PM, please let us know if he slathers the baby in cheese and gravy like a civilized, proper Canadian, or if he dips it in mayonnaise like the disgusting monster some say he is. Thank you. And my reply was, hey, Kevin, thanks for listening to the show and taking the time to email. If that ever happens, I'll be sure to let you know. Personally, I think he's a power shake kind of guy, getting that hit of blended baby in the morning to power him through the day. Best wishes, Rhys.
right. Oh my God! Rhys sends this to me like as soon as I'm waking up, and I'm just like, oh, this is what's going through my head as soon as I get conscious.
I'm having a good time.
He's definitely a shake guy, though. He's definitely doing shakes in the morning.
That was my point,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, if he was going to consume a baby, it would be in a power shake.
Yeah, he's drinking power shakes.
So, have you guys ever heard?
We're making it like a business model of this podcast to mention Justin Trudeau eating a baby in various ways every single episode. If we can. Yeah,
all right.
so thank you for contributing.
You got. Hey, listen, not a problem at all. It wasn't my idea; it was his. He said power shake, not me. You know.
Well, that's a T-shirt, I think.
Yeah.
Trudeau's baby shakes.
No.
now featured at Booster Juice.
Booster Juice, send us free stuff too.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a baby shake.
Doubt it.
No baby shakes. And do you know the agriculture minister, Devon Dreeshen, who's a conservative from Alberta?
Yeah, he's my father.
Cool. Do you know? Yeah. Well, he's also been a lot of Trump rallies. There's tons of photos of him in "Make America Great" hats.
Oh, really?
He used to go south of the border all the time. And also Candice Bergen, who's a Manitoba conservative.
Hold on, who?
Candice Bergen?
Candice Bergen.
Oh,
You mean
like not the TV star Candice
from
Bergen.
what's the show? Oh my God,
Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown.
I don't think so. No, is she a conservative MP now?
Okay. I thought you were talking about.
No.
Okay.
This is a conservative MP from Manitoba.
That'd be an amazing
We
coincidence.
just destroyed any chance of Candice Bergen never getting work again. Although she hasn't been working for 20 years.
Yeah.
Burn. Let's go.
This is a different Candice Bergen.
Okay.
So she was photographed wearing a limited edition Cambo Trump.
Do you have a photo?
I do.
Because this will prove right now if it's the same Candice Bergen or not.
There's no way.
Limited edition.
Oh, that's definitely not her.
You sure?
No.
So
that lady looks like straight trash.
and you get an email. There's limited edition. So when you become a member of the Trump Army today, we'll give you access to our never before seen limited edition camo Keep America Great hat. The email was in that voice.
Was it?
And she, Aaron O'Toole defended her. So he said that basically that picture was taken ages ago, or years ago were his exact words, and also it's not her hat. She posed for a photo with it. I think we've discussed this before where we said,
we have.
would you, if someone handed you some racist garb like a Klan hood, take a photo with it and go, it's all right, it's not mine, I was just borrowing it. Someone handed it to me. Same thing.
Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
confess something to you guys?
Please.
If somebody sent me a Klan thing, I'd probably wear it for a second. Just to see how it feels.
But would you let someone take a photo of you
100%, yeah, because
and then say,
I
we're
think I
putting
would
this on
get
Instagram,
away,
just let you know.
I would get away with it, I think. But I would have to I don't know about the picture, but I definitely put it on. I'd put it on. So if anybody out there,
like a secret, like it showed up to your house and no one's else around, and you're just kind of in your underwear having breakfast, and you're like looking at this hat.
Yeah,
like maybe.
If Aaron O'Toole's listening, if you have a spare one laying around, just send it to me. I just want to see what it feels like. Yeah.
You're asking Aaron O'Toole to send you a Ku Klux Klan hat.
Oh, he's got a couple. Got to, right? Just kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't know. I don't even know.
So, and also, Aaron O'Toole, so he kind of embraced it. A lot of the messages, doing a lot of crappy memes about take Canada back and all this kind of stuff. And also going, I'm ex-military. And it was that kind of militarism kind of thing that he really likes to play up. And I think that he kind of embraced it. And now Trump has disgusted everyone who believes in a democracy.
Yeah.
He's now backtracking and backpedaling like crazy. And saying things like, we're very different, we're not the same thing. I want a strong and diverse Conservative Party, said O'Toole. That's why I've been reaching out to new Canadians, Indigenous Canadians, LGBTQ Canadians. I don't think he has.
He's going to hire a black guy to just join him on the podium and sign. Look at my African American here.
We're friends.
Not look at my African American friend. That's not what you said. You said, look at my African American here.
Yeah, here, beside me.
This is literally it. Just brought it. Oh, God.
Are you saying you own him?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. Pretty sure old Abe Lincoln put a stop to that, and racism was over forever.
Done like dinner.
It was done.
I don't even know what racism means.
Yeah.
Nope.
Although when I first walked in, Jesse was like, "Are we being robbed?"
Can I have my wallet back?
And then no, actually,
because you were racist. You don't get your wallet.
You don't get it back.
You don't deserve a
And
wallet.
don't you dare cancel your cards before I get out of here.
And it got so bad that he actually had to release a statement on the fact that they're not racist and the fact that they're not like Donald Trump. This is really recent, on January the 17th. And he said, within minutes of becoming leader of Canada's Conservatives, I said that I want a party one that welcomes all Canadians, regardless of race, religion, economic standing, education, sexual orientation. I've said that as a Prime Minister, I govern on behalf of all Canadians. I'm pro-choice. I believe in a Canada, then blah, 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 blah. Basically just everything he can possibly say to say, I'm modern, I accept people. And it came back to the last paragraph. If the Liberals want to label me as far right, I don't think the Liberals are. I think most people are.
Yeah.
They are welcome to try. Canadians are smart, and they will see this as an attempt to mislead people and import some of the fear and division we've witnessed from the United States.
Wow.
They're basically trying to do the old double thing where it's accusing your opponent of the exact same thing that you're doing.
That's right. Yeah.
Like the Republicans accusing the Democrats of fixing elections whilst trying to wipe off all the.
Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Honest to God, if he wants to be known as all of those things, then fuck it, let's give him
I'm a little easier than that. I say if Aaron O'Toole was to make American Netflix available in Canada without a VPN, I'll vote for him.
Oh, there
I'll
you
just
go.
I'll go right to
So
him.
literally it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all. That's all.
Just a really simple retail offering. That's it.
Refugee camps where people are mistreated. It's fine as long as I got my American Netflix.
Do they have American Netflix?
Who's that?
The people
refugees.
in the refugee camps.
No, come on.
I think they should have Netflix.
You know
too.
what? I said this to a friend of mine last year. I was pretty high, and I said this to a friend of mine, and I said the first leader to say that they will start allowing people like Hulu and the YouTube Premium and stuff like that to be available in Canada will lead for a very long time. I guarantee it. I swear to God, because people are so, the economy and jobs. And, oh wait, did you say American Netflix? You say American Netflix, right? Okay, yeah, I'll vote for you. That's good. Yeah, I'll do that. That's cool.
Well, it's like the last election, Trudeau talking about, I'll make cell phone coverage, cell phone bills cheaper. That was literally just that kind of offering. It's like American Netflix and cheaper phones. It's like
we pay so much. I know I don't want to get on that whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's a
I'm
very
about to get
long
fired
rant.
up, guys, and I don't want to do.
I genuinely think like phones in the UK
You're gonna get 'em fired
and Europe
up.
are
You're
so
gonna get 'em-
cheap.
he's
It would
gonna
be
get
cheaper
angry.
for me to bring my British phone here and call internationally than it is to have a
Oh, it's known around the world.
contracting.
What is a British phone like? Is it like just plaid or like how does that work?
Tweed.
It's covered in tweed. It's got a little leather patch on the corners there.
You unscrew it and brandy comes out.
Oh my God!
Is
That's
it a little pocket for a tea bag at all times? Just
No, you have a top, just a pocket for tea bags on all your clothes.
oh right, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
instead of deodorant, just tea bags underneath.
Have I told you this before about the unique thing that happens in the UK? So if there's like a big football match or a TV show or something important, and there's a break, they have to add additional power to the power grid because everybody goes and turns the kettle on to make a cup of tea at the same time.
Wow! No fucking way!
And the electricity just spikes.
That's
nationally.
cool. That's
amazing.
kinda neat.
It's just everyone's reaction and like, oh, I better put the kettle on.
That's crazy. When I was visiting India, it was a small village of Panipat, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Of
course.
And
party
and,
town of Party Pot. What is it?
Panipat. Panipat or something like that.
I am not even going to attempt.
Panty pat, if that's easier for you. Panty pat. Pat the panties.
Okay.
And
I'd love to see the sign.
yeah. It's gross. Trust me. And shit stains. And
my God,
at 11
man.
o'clock at night, every night, the power to the entire town shuts down.
What?
But it's not because everyone's putting on their tea kettles. It's because India's poor, guys. It's and construction. Oh yeah, no. Seriously, construction from the city drains all the power. So every night at 11 o'clock, the whole town has no power, and
No.
the surrounding towns, no power.
Fucking way.
And this is like middle class, like a nice place to live.
What?
Yeah, all the power goes right to that.
Hold on. No, like this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's just take a moment and kind of live there
And
for a
also to
second.
recharge the Prime Minister Modi's batteries. That old dipshit.
So, like, what do people do at 11 o'clock? Do they just have the candles ready? Like, do they have
They
generators? Like,
murder. They just start murdering.
It's the purge.
Because it's like, what else do we do now? We're in the dark.
No, really, like, what's the-
You can get away with
candles,
it in the dark as well.
Hold on to your balls, gentlemen. No, I'm kidding. They pop on candles. They make food on barbecues and stuff like that, and they party. It's actually pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. I was there. I was a kid. I was like 10 years old when I went, but
I love that because it's a podcast and no one can see the color of our skin, we have to describe the color of our skin to get away with racism.
No, I think everybody knew from the start when you massacred Karan's name.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Although if I'm talking to somebody on the phone about something, we're going to meet for something, and they've never met me before, I sort of got sometimes it's like, oh, as soon as they see me, I thought, okay, all right, yeah, okay, that's fine. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. And a few times, like people who might find me on Facebook or something like that, I have a picture of my wife and I. And they think it's Karan Sidhu, and they think I'm my wife in the picture. She's white.
Right.
Sorry to upset you guys. I know at least one person out there is like, what did he just say? His wife's white. So when they meet me, oh, hi, yeah, okay, yes. Oh, this is okay. This is fine.
Yeah. I just want everyone to know I am fine.
This is totally fine. You know what I hate? I hate this, and I'm. Can I just use this platform to
Platform away.
Let people know one thing.
Oh God, here we go.
When you meet me, I don't give a shit that you love butter chicken. I just don't care. And it's like a way of people. I don't know. I think they're like, what? Are you Indian? Yes, I am. I love butter chicken. Like, yes, that's all we're about. So that's awesome. That's so great. We are literally only butter chicken. That's awesome.
It's like literally the least interesting dish
it
as well.
kind of is. It really is. It's anyways. So just if you meet an Indian person, just don't start with that. Just go, oh, neat hat or whatever. Go with that one there. How many wraps did it take to make that hat? Or whatever. Keep it light. Keep it light. That's all I'm saying.
I once got a hangout. I was making a TV show and I got a hangout for a few days with one of the top Indian chefs in London and his restaurant, and he made us the most amazing food.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
But it's all the stories about like every dish he had was like a story from his childhood.
Oh,
and, like
yeah.
he learned how to cook from his mother, and like,
Yep.
and it was
That's
just like, it was the food that was, and I like. Every time I've had Indian food since, it's never been the same. It's ruined it for me.
Yeah.
It was just like so, and I think as well, like the British as well. Obviously, Indian food is huge in the UK.
Yeah.
But it's kind of warped and become like they put currants in it and stuff like that.
No, that's right. Yeah. Not me. They don't put me in the food, Jesse.
No.
In case you were wondering,
I was very confused. Yeah.
I actually have family in Reading.
Oh, really?
I do. Yeah. I don't talk to them, so let's move on.
They listen to the show, though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, I forget your names.
Our names or your family's names?
Both.
Okay.
Should we talk about?
Sorry, Rhys. Yeah.
No,
Do
it's
your
fine.
thing. Do
It's
your
fine.
thing.
No,
Yeah,
this is fun.
I did this research for me, not for you.
Okay. This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
Are you all aware of Derek Sloan? Derek Sloan.
Why does that sound familiar?
I am not familiar with Derek Sloan.
He was running.
Is he
for
a wrestler?
No, he was running
Porn
for.
star.
He could be. I mean, he needs a new career now because. So he was running for the Conservative leadership against Aaron O'Toole, and he's kind of seen as one of the hard right, far right kind of Conservative politicians.
He's not like the Wild Rose Party there, is he?
No,
From Alberta?
No. He's from Ontario.
Okay.
So, obviously, he's courted the far right and the whole Trumpiness for quite a while, and they needed
I like that name, that word.
Trumpy.
Trumpiness.
Trumpiness.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of a Dr. Seuss book.
It does.
Yeah.
The Trumpiness of Trump.
The Trumpiness of Trump.
So so Sloan
Down the
essentially
road Trump went. Trumpy, Trump.
write a children's book.
Called The Trumpiness of Trump?
The Trumpiness of Trump.
Oh my God. Okay. That's a book.
There
We can
we
put
go.
it on a list of books.
And
We've
the
got a list of
road
books.
that road he's walking is paved with Mexican kids.
Okay. That's
Right? No, because he hates them.
He does hate them.
I don't. I love them. Just cancel this right now.
Okay.
all right.
All right, we're back. We're good.
So Derek Sloan. So Derek Sloan basically became the sacrificial kind of. He was like, hey, if we get rid of Derek Sloan, we're making a stand against the far right in Canada. So Derek Sloan, accepted a donation from a white nationalist. And a lot of people said his name. So this guy is called From. And he... what I noticed in the press was everyone was going, they donated money from a white nationalist, but they didn't delve into who the person was they accepted the money from.
Okay.
So I actually looked into From's background. So he is the international director of the white supremacist organization.
Oh my God.
Which is called the Council of Conservative Citizens. He's the director of several far-right groups, most notably...
Council of Concerned Citizens? Are they all spelled with Ks?
The Council of Conservative Citizens, the CCCs.
Yeah, they meet at TGI Fridays every Tuesday.
Split a blooming onion. Yeah.
He's got all these different organizations: the Association for Free Expression, Citizens for Foreign Aid Reform, and the Canada First Immigration Reform Committee. In the 90s, he spoke at several Heritage Front events, including a celebration of Adolf Hitler's birthday.
No, oh my God.
A video surfaced showing him standing behind a Nazi flag during the Heritage Front's Martyr Day, and the rally included shouts from the audience of Sieg Heil, White Power, and Hail the Order. And From organized rallies in support of a Holocaust denier, and shared stages with other denialist people. He was being investigated in 2018 for hate crimes by the Hate Crimes Unit of Hamilton Police after posting on his website The Great Replacement, which is a white supremacist site, basically just defending the guy who shot 51 people in New Zealand in the mosque. And he said, violence is not the way to go, but our vile elites have made it inevitable. So basically, the worst
crazy.
of the worst.
See, that's crazy, because if anybody today who supports Hitler, it's all about violence. Like, you hate a certain group of people and you want to annihilate them. It's like, other than that, what is, like, why? Why Hitler?
Apparently he painted pretty well.
Oh,
No,
right.
he didn't. He didn't understand perspective. But if he painted better, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, his dogs look like horses and his horses look like dogs. He was kind of a little bitch, actually.
Oh, was that okay?
Apparently, he used to like women. He used to insist that his girlfriends called him Wolf.
What?
Just
As
call
they
me
pooed on
Wolf.
him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, apparently.
That's amazing.
That was his.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I think he must have been very insecure. I mean, we probably tell that from looking at him and everything. But he was always trying to big himself up.
Was he a short man?
I think he was.
I think so. I don't know much about him, honestly.
I just know what I know, like, from movies and stuff. It seems like he's always short.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe that's why he was so angry.
Maybe.
You know, girls wouldn't dance with him at the Floggentag or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know what Germans call dances over there.
That sounds like the local rugging tub.
And then he was like, I'm going to kill a bunch of people. Like,
and now we've gone into Hitler impersonations, folks. Thank you.
Listen, I will never say anything positive about that monster of a human being.
But also,
no, I wasn't asking you to.
No. No, sorry. The reason I said that is because Jesse passed me a note.
Can we at least say something nice about Hitler?
Well, that was the note that Jesse passed me. He was like, "Can you say something nice about him?" Like, and I was like, "No," and I kept pushing it back.
He does this all the time.
It's crazy. What is this?
We'll be talking about Justin Trudeau or Mackenzie King, and I'll just slide a note across to Rhys. Like, can we talk about something nice about Hitler? And
I think the number of Canadians who would support Hitler would probably be pretty mind blowing too.
Well, the thing is,
that would be my.
Yeah,
actually,
I bet you would be. I guarantee it, man.
Yeah,
the sad part is that now that the living memory of people who were involved in World War II and were also victims of concentration camps and all the atrocities, now that there's less people, that's the scary thing, is that there's no one there to go, I was there, look at this number on my arm. Or,
right.
You know,
Right.
And now those people are vanishing. There's that danger of history being... despite all of the evidence, that doesn't matter to some people.
Kudos to Germany for teaching it, though, in schools and all. Like,
that's true.
They do not mess around with that. Like, they
for a
make
while they were trying to ignore that it ever happened, right?
Yeah, like, was it like 1948, 49 there, that whole time? No, I think that it's good. It's crazy good. Because you're not going to see that in, like, the U.S.
No.
Probably not even in Canada so much. Like, we did some pretty fucked
We did
up
some pretty shit. Oh, yeah.
But,
they're
not going to say that.
No, and I think
Although Britain, there,
No.
I've seen some things about boiling people. Is that true?
the
Boiling people?
Alive? Like, this is way back.
Oh,
This
they
is
used
like
to drawn
40
and
years?
quartered. That was the other
30
thing.
years ago?
What is it?
Like drawn and quartered, like live disembowelment.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
ooh.
that kind of stuff.
This is...
Brody.
They love stuff like that. in the
I'm
UK.
gonna have to-
Jesse,
Jesse doesn't like gore.
Google, man.
No, I know what drawn and quarters is. I'm not going to Google it.
I tell Jesse.
One tab is drawn and quarter, the other tab is human centipede. That's my evening.
But also the people who argue like that there's subtleties about Hitler and that maybe he did do some, there's pointless even having that discussion because you go, yeah, but there's no way you can outweigh the bad.
There's
you
yeah,
go,
that's the
you
thing.
can't go, oh yeah, but he built roads. You can't like
Built
how does that
roads?
How does that outweigh
Did he
anything?
really?
That's the great. Yeah, I heard that he opened a door for an old lady at a tavern one time.
Exactly.
It's like, oh well, erase the 7 million people he murdered.
It's like the Proud Boys doing a food drive or something.
Oh
You go,
my
see, they're not that bad. They donated 5 tins of creamed corn.
That's funny. That's a good point. Yeah.
It's like they're not that bad. Look, they
It's like Don King handing out turkeys at Thanksgiving. He kills people.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Good, but I do worry about the fact that there's no. I mean, you can't make them live forever. It's never going to happen. But it's so crazy seeing a generation of people who don't really understand it. My eldest son is obsessed with World War II, and he loves history. So I'm kind of like and we were like read about it all the time. But I worry about people who aren't interested in history, what their perception, say 50 years time,
Right.
when no one has any living memory of World War II and what happened and the Nazis, and then they introduce some information. They have no opinion.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
Because you look how much, you look at like Raiders of the Lost Ark and how much, like even then, like the Nazis were still so present in people's minds as the bad guys.
Right.
Even like us growing up, I don't remember World War II. I wasn't born, but I watched Indiana Jones.
Well,
So I know
you're,
you know what I mean, though,
You're not
don't you?
wrong.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong, Rhys. And there's some recent examples we could look at, like the current pandemic, and all these people wondering like, oh, how long does this last? What's going on? Freaking out about the pandemic as if it's never happened before.
Right.
When about 100 years ago, 1917, the Spanish flu decimated millions and millions of people. And people are just now having to be educated, myself included, about this. Like, it wasn't that long ago that the world experienced what we're going through right now, and way, way worse, and nobody remembers.
We're not built for it.
No, I guess.
My father-in-law came up with he said something really, really awesome. Shout out to my father-in-law Paul, like one of my best friends.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
He's the best. And
You're
my
the
mother-in-law
best.
Connie.
Hi,
love her,
Connie.
love her to death. And anyway, so he said, because we were talking about at the start of the pandemic, we went to New Brunswick before things got shut down, and that's where they're at. And he said people are not going to be able to handle this because they're not built for it in the way that when back in World War I or when the draft happened, you just had to. That's what you did.
Right.
You left everything you knew and you sacrificed and all that stuff. Nobody's built that way now.
No.
They're not willing to give up. I can't go to a restaurant without putting a mask on. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like,
but
That's
also,
a-
like,
yeah, that's a
there
good
was that
point.
thing of like people, individuality wasn't necessarily a thing. You were part of a community. You were, I work in a coal mine, or I fix broken down steam engines, and like your identity was part of the community you were in and what you did for a living.
Right.
People
Yeah.
my grandfather was a coal miner. No one gave a shit if he wanted to wear a mask or not in a shop.
Mm-hmm.
He would have had to have done it, and he would have done it because everybody else was doing it in his community,
Right.
And it was the best thing for the community,
100%.
But a lot of people don't think about that. They think
and they're entitled.
they're
Oh,
exactly, exactly.
It's crazy.
I've been wondering for a long time if the divide between the extremely intelligent and the extremely stupid has actually been widening over the past number of years.
No, but really intelligent people do very stupid things.
Well, they wouldn't really. Well, okay.
Some of the most intelligent people do some of the stupidest things,
but they might
because people trust them.
recognize that they do stupid things after the fact. If they don't, they're probably not that intelligent.
Well, no, I argue that there are some really smart people. I was reading an article about a woman who fell 100% into QAnon. She had a doctorate. She grew up liberal. She wasn't exposed to any of those things. but she went hard into it and delved into it, and even really smart people fall for really stupid stuff.
Oh yeah, there's
because it's emotional.
100%. Like because you look at anybody who's on the extremely far right.
Mm-hmm. I have a problem with any extremes, honestly. Extreme left and extreme right
is very irritating.
Yeah.
I think extreme right is infuriating and extreme left is just irritating as shit.
Yes.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true.
It's like it's God.
I don't like being. I like personally. I don't want to be labeled into a group. You give me a fairly decent argument for whatever it is you're talking about. I'll listen. That doesn't mean I'll agree with it, but I'll listen to you. Right.
Yeah.
So like but if to say like I'm with this group, that's further dividing. That's all.
That's right. You know what? The far left and the far right are way more alike than they think. They're entitled pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at it on a different spectrum, it's just this is normal life, and this is people just trying to get on, and we're a bit different. And blah, blah, blah. And then they go in. They're on a different spectrum where they're in a group of people who want to transform everything, and we need to dramatically change our lives. So if you look at it rather than left and right, and just I enjoy normal life and I accept that this is the reality that we live in, and we need to smash everything apart and rebuild it from scratch, and it'll be better then. It's
Thanks,
kind
Thanos.
of the same. I know exactly. Yeah. Just click your fingers, find all the gems.
Yeah, it's nuts. But like getting back to entitlement. So I have Wi-Fi in my truck. Things are going well.
Nice.
And
seriously,
and, yeah.
What? Hello.
Oh, you can get them in a Hyundai now. Okay.
Oh,
it's
wow.
not a big deal.
All right.
But it kind of is. So. We were driving somewhere, and my oldest kid, he's 14, and he's like, "Dad, the Wi-Fi is not working." I said, "Oh, the Wi-Fi in the car's not working? What? We might as well cancel this whole thing. Let's just go home." And meanwhile, in the back, he's got like the TV screens that he can watch and all that stuff. I was like, "Why don't you pop a movie in or something?" He's like, "I was talking to my friend." I was like, "I don't give a shit." Like but I can only imagine what's going to happen in 30 years.
Oh yeah.
What are the 14-year-olds going to be like in 30 years?
Well, it's always
exactly.
It always. It goes back and forth, right?
Dad, there's too many stairs in our house.
When I was 7 years old, my parents got a tent and we drove from the UK to the south of France all the way to the Mediterranean.
South of France?
Sounds amazing.
In a battered old Toyota estate car, or a station wagon, I guess you call it. And you think that would be incredible, but my booster seat was too small, so I didn't see anything.
Seat?
Well, I was like 7, and like
this was last year,
and I couldn't see out the window, so I didn't see any of France.
Oh no!
And I didn't have anything to do either, because and you think now kids, like you drive 15 minutes down the road, they was like, "Is my Nintendo charged?"
Right? Yeah. I gotta say, I was never in a car seat as a child.
I don't think I was either.
I always remember my friend.
I might have been. I don't remember. I'm going to get an email from my mom. Sure.
My friend's dad was he was a painter decorator, and it was his birthday, and he picked us all up in the back in his van, and only 2 kids got to sit in the front, and the rest of us were like all just holding on and sitting on paint tins and. Those were the days. You can't do that. You can't get away with that anymore.
Yeah.
So
I understand what Trump was going for now. He just wants to take it now.
I don't know
if pro-child endangerment.
When you were talking about your kid in the back seat with the Wi-Fi and the TV and whatnot, it just, it's, and like, this is the world they're growing up in. Whether or not we're parenting them in specific ways or not, this is the environment they're being subjected to.
Sorry for the interruption, but we've got a quick announcement for you. It's going to be quick and painless, I promise. We'll be right back to the podcast after that. Stop crying.
I don't know if I told this story on our show or not before, but my older brother and my nephew, his son, were driving back from Cape Breton, and it was it's just downpouring rain, and we're on the highway. It was dark out, and my nephew and I were in the back seat, and we were playing on dual Game Boys. Game Boy 3Ds or whatever the fuck they were called.
Yeah.
Rich kids. You were rich kids.
It wasn't my Game Boy. It was
must be nice.
Right? And so like I don't know how they're connected. We were playing, Smash Brothers or something. I don't remember the game. We were playing, and then the car starts to hydroplane, and it like out of control. We're driving like well over 100, like 110 kilometers per hour down the highway in the dark in torrential downpour, and the car starts to hydroplane and then starts to rotate slowly rotate through like 180 degrees, then 360 degrees on the highway while continuing to barrel down 110 kilometers per hour. And I'm like terrified. I'm gripping. I'm like, what the? Oh my god, are we gonna survive this? Are we gonna fly into the ditch? Are we gonna smash into a tree? Because once you start hydroblading, the brakes are useless, completely useless. You are like, the trajectory you're going is the trajectory you're going, right? Wherever you ended up. And
it's like being in space.
Yeah, pretty much. And so like the car eventually, we did a full 360, and then the car eventually slowed down, stopped hydroplaning, and then we came to a stop. And my brother and I got out of the car. There's no one other cars on the highway, and we're just like catching our breath. Is everyone okay? You okay? You okay? And then I looked over to my nephew. Are you okay? And he had not looked up from his Game Boy once.
Jesus. See, what you know. I actually have a question to that story. So, you guys could afford Game Boys, but not traction control. Not a car with traction control. Jesus,
priorities, man. Come on,
spend the money on. But I think part of the problem is as well is that everyone is not necessarily raised by their parents. Maybe they are. Everyone's raised to believe, and also most people are, and the media gives us the impression, and social media gives us the impression, and every film and every book ever made, that we're all special and our lives are a story and we're the main characters.
Yeah.
Which I think is a relatively new thing. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
You know, you were part of something before. You were part, and now we're all our special narratives. You know, what are you going to do with your life, and what can you achieve? And then we see people who are like, oh my god, they've got 10,000 followers. You know, they're doing something with their life. Meanwhile, they're just depressed and like, how did I get 10,000 followers?
Like, when did people get hope? Like, when did that shit happen?
But you know what I mean? Everyone thinks that,
yeah, no, for sure.
And because of that, they go, well, this is inconvenient. This is ruining chapter 17 of my story. You know,
when I got,
this is gonna be good when they make the film about my life. This is gonna be a shit shit scene.
I had
Corinne, if they made a movie about your life, who would you want to play the part?
Oh, geez. I would want someone like, oh, man, that's a great question. That's a great question. I was thinking like Carrot Top, maybe. No, not him. Whoopi Goldberg, maybe?
There you go.
Yeah, something like that.
I like that.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg.
Goldberg. That's my nickname for
her. No, I would definitely not know. I want to play myself, because if anyone's gonna make a shitty movie, it's gonna be me.
Speaking of which, you have a television show coming out, which.
Yeah, I do actually. Thanks for plugging it in there.
I think old Jim Carrey would play you.
Old Jim Carrey?
Yeah, old Jim Carrey.
As in we have to wait for Jim Carrey to get
as he is
even
now,
older?
he looks really old now because he's done too much. He's done too much with his face.
Right.
And he's worn it out. It looks knackered.
Worn it out. Yeah. It's like
so
a
who would it
old
be for
leather
you, Rhys?
bag.
Like John Oliver?
John Candy's ghost.
John Candy's ghost.
Or we could dig up his corpse and fill him full of animatronics.
That'd be disrespectful.
That'd be gross.
I'd rather just his ghost.
Have to have an imagination. Come on now.
So who's his ghost's agent? Like, who books that gig?
I don't know.
You want to get hold of him? Are we done with
no, we're not.
Trumpy Canadians?
No.
Oh, shit. We went on this huge tangent.
That's what I would call a mild tangent.
Rhys is going to cut the whole thing out.
No, I'll keep it in. It's fun. So Derek Sloan.
Yes.
Okay. So he, the Conservatives,
we're back to him, are we?
Aaron O'Toole throwing Derek Sloan under the bus to go, we're not like this. We need to get rid of the far right. We're going to have a purge. Like Stalin used to purge. He's going to purge far-right people.
Jesus.
So Derek Sloan is gone because he accepted a donation of $130 from this person who decides to dress up like a Nazi and does all this kind of stuff. And O'Toole said the donation was the last straw. And the Conservatives have voted to remove Sloan, not for one specific thing. That was kind of the tipping point, they said, and for a pattern of destructive behaviour involving multiple incidents and disrespect towards the Conservative team for over a year.
$130, eh? Is that how much Civil War reenactors make there?
But so per week. So they said these actions are a distraction from our efforts to grow the party and focus on the work we need to do. Events of the past week were simply the last straw and led to our caucus making the decision it did today. But Sloan came back to say this is hypocrisy because, and I saw somebody posted this online from the Nazi dude.
Is that his real name? His official title?
AKA Nazi dude.
His Instagram handle.
He donated to another, back in 2014, he donated to another conservative. He donated $300 to Bob DeShirt, who was...
Bob DeShit.
Bob DeShirt. DeChert. D-E-C-H-E-R-T. DeShirt.
Deschette.
DeShirt.
Except there's an R there.
There's a running theme. I'm shit at French stuff.
Are you?
He's horrible at
My wife's
pronunciations.
French.
I'm pretty bad at it, but he's way worse.
Too. What I do is I'll on purpose, like she's trying to teach like our youngest, she's 2, French, and she's getting really good with it. So I'll just butcher the shit out of it on purpose. Like
I'm like bonjour.
Yeah. Or like she says like prawn la bain, it's like time to go to the bath, and I'm like, all right, prawn la bands. Prawn la bands, young one. And she says it like that.
Ali.
Yeah. My wife hits me.
And also he donated $131 to the Conservative Party.
131.
Jeez, tips.
I know. And it was that was
That's
just
a weird number.
That was in August last year.
Strange number, isn't it?
Like, I'm going to donate 100. You know, I can donate 130. Wow. I feel like I could do better.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't have to dry clean the old the old KKK garb today.
Didn't have to wear them because of lockdown, so I'm saving money.
Yeah.
So he's already he donated to a different politician who's retired now, but also donated to the Conservative Party last year. So they've accepted donations from this person, not just Derek Sloan. So it kind of does. It is hypocrisy because
just an excuse to throw a dude out.
Yeah,
because like really, they, especially among their base, they control the narrative. Anything they say, it's gospel. They're just going to believe it.
So as they try and purge people who have far right support, they kind of need to purge themselves as well.
Yeah,
because they.
It's gonna grab a water.
All right. No, I'm good, thanks.
So
right,
it's just the two of us now.
Yep.
Jesse's done.
Yeah.
Jesse's gone. But no, I think I think this is gonna. I think personally, I think Aaron O'Toole. This won't leave.
Ooh,
nice ASMR. I don't think. I think this is gonna hang around his neck.
I definitely, and I think especially because for some reason we take a lot of cues from the U.S. If Joe Biden kills it in the next 8 months. I think Aaron
what do you mean by
just
kills
finished.
it?
Like I think if
do you
I
mean
think
like if he dies
if he murders Kamala Harris. That's what I'm no.
Okay.
If his approval rating just like skyrockets, I think Aaron O'Toole's done. Like done.
Yeah. And also, I mean, that's the thing. He cozied up to it, and like even like you know, I think a lot of people. There was a lot. I think a lot of people believe Trump might win again. Because there was a lot of like voter disenfranchisement. There was a lot of voter suppression. There was, he had these giant kind of mobs of people with him. You know, and I think probably O'Toole was betting on the fact that he might win again and wanted to keep that narrative going. And it's obviously that's changed. I was terrified he'd win again.
I have a friend who moved to New Jersey, and he told me that during voting, there was a group of Trump people, and they were blocking people or like intimidating people to not go vote in this primarily Dominican neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, say that again. What?
So a bunch of
you're not listening.
Yeah, a bunch of Trump supporters were.
I've had a lot of caffeine recently.
Intimidating. Voters in a primarily Dominican place
Jesus
to not go in. It was crazy.
And it was the same with all those votes they were looking to when Congress voted and when they were all those votes were from predominantly black neighborhoods.
Right.
So they were basically the whole thing was purely racial in the sense of they were just trying to discount black votes
100%.
To flip the election. That's all it was.
Wow. Of course. Wow. And that's why, when Georgia flipped for the Democrats there, it's because Atlanta was the last to put their numbers in. And there's a lot of black voters in Atlanta. I
love the fact that Georgia flipped though. And and Nevada and like places that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
For sure.
Like it's interesting though that that to see what happens with, because obviously it's like states control how people vote and everything like that. Of
course,
the rules are also different. But it'd be interesting to see how like the Republicans now what they're gonna do next, because the whole Trump starting his own political party, or saying he's going to start the Patriot Party and potentially split the right between a hard right and
that'd
a
actually be
moderate
great.
right. Which would be crazy, but also as well, like, what does that mean? Are the Republicans going to double down on kind of gerrymandering and trying to, like,
of course,
make it hard for people to vote, essentially?
Yeah.
And what can they just, like, they should make like election day a federal holiday so everyone's off work.
100%. I think also
that's smart.
Puerto Rico and Samoa should be allowed to vote.
Yeah, and
in
DC.
And DC in the American election. That's crazy how they can't.
Yeah,
because
they pay tax.
They pay taxes.
No tax without representation.
I don't know anything about this. Can you explain?
Oh, Puerto Rico is where Jennifer Lopez is from.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah. That's all I was getting. No, but they're essentially, what are they? Districts of the United
Territories,
States. Territories of the
Yeah,
United
really?
States. Yeah. They have
What?
to pay taxes and
But they
all
can't
that.
vote.
They cannot vote.
What?
They cannot vote.
Who do they vote for?
I guess Puerto Ricans and
They can vote for a governor, I think, can't they? And do they vote? I think that must be it.
their own government. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like whoever it is down
But
there.
they're
whatever.
paying American taxes,
Yeah,
Correct.
and they cannot vote.
They're not allowed to vote.
It's the
That's-
same with DC, because
Yeah.
they want DC to be a state, but it's a predominantly black city.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's political. But the funny thing is about Dominican Republic.
Oh, and DC, what?
District of Columbia, Washington D.C.
Okay, yeah. They
Yeah.
can't vote either. What?
They can't. The DC is just like this kind of like a city state essentially. It's not, but it's not in any state. It's sandwiched between Virginia
that's right.
and
No, I
Maryland.
Maryland. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
So, but they want statehood because they don't have their own national guard, for instance, but it's a predominantly black city, DC. So it's political because it will always probably vote Democrat for the as far as we can see into the future. So,
Wow.
that's why, because then it would be more electoral college votes.
That's
it
right.
It would tip the balance of electoral college votes in
Amazing.
favor. So but that's not a reason not to do it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's really not. It's not a great reason.
I know we sidelined onto American politics, but
Sure.
I was just thinking that.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Staring at your Canadian politics is boring
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Canadian politics isn't boring. Let's talk about America. the
Trumpy Canadians.
Trumpy Canadians. How do you think the next election will go? Because I know Maclean's magazine voted.
When is the next election?
Well, it depends.
Tomorrow.
We're talking Canadian, right?
Yeah. So they voted Trudeau the most powerful Canadian this year because he's in a minority government, but the opposition parties are too afraid they don't want an election, which puts him in a position of strength.
Yeah.
If there was an election tomorrow, who do you think would win?
Oh, liberals take it again, I think. Liberals.
Liberals?
I think so. I think now that Trump's out, it's like, I think a few people would be like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever. Just calm down and
That was
go
fun.
home. Yeah, exactly.
No, I think Trudeau would take it. I don't think Aaron O'Toole, just like Andrew Scheer, I don't think he's got it. He just doesn't have it. Doesn't have it.
We did an episode on Andrew Scheer on his, and it clicked in my head that he's basically, every time I look at him, all I can see is like a terrible scout leader. That's just what he looks like.
That touches kids? Or?
No, just
okay.
just no fun.
Your
Right,
brain
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to some interesting places.
Well,
man.
Andrew Scheer, that's one of the things I didn't like about him is he looks like he kills small animals or something like that. He did. He had that weird look to him, like he has fucked up a squirrel before. I think definitely. I think the Liberals will probably take it in the next one. Unless old Jagmeet Singh is, I don't know about him. He's
It'd be great for the NDP to take it. I wouldn't mind that.
He's too cool to be a political leader.
He's too cool. Yeah,
He's pretty cool.
He's a
Yeah,
pretty
I like
cool
him a lot.
dude. He's been texting me nonstop since we started this whole thing. He's like, represent us well, and I said no.
I've run out of stuff to talk about, so we're just free
We're free form.
Freeform funkified filth. Have you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
heard that song?
No, sing it for
Buddy
us.
Miles and Carlos Santana for 27 minutes straight at Lollapalooza, or what was it? The Palooza, the one that I was probably conceived at. Anyways, they just their bands got together, Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles, and for 27 minutes straight, just made it up off the top of their heads.
No way.
Probably the most brilliant music you'll ever hear.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh my god, it was amazing. Like both bands' drummers, the guitarists, everybody. It was amazing. Wow. It was so good. It's on Apple Music.
And Spotify, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Okay.
I would play it, but I don't think we have the rights.
No. Oh, yeah, no.
But what we might have the rights to play, we don't know, is the trailer for your television show.
100%. You do have the right to. Sure, yes. Yeah.
Well, what we'll do is we will.
Bell might disagree with that, but we'll
Oh,
find
no,
out.
they love it. They love it when I put it up places.
do they?
Oh,
Okay,
100%. Yeah.
If you send it to us, we will put it on the social media to over 300 people.
Holy God, guys. That's the only reason I did this.
So the weird thing is, and this happens a lot with the podcasts that I've experienced, and a podcast as I know, is that even if you do have a big audience on the podcast, you have sometimes hardly anyone on social media because you don't necessarily associate the two things. As you might want
That's
to
right.
You're offering two
Podcasting
different
is really
things.
a really, really weird beast. It's its own weird kind of bubble environment where you really don't know how to find other people who listen to podcasts, right? Like put it on social media, put it on Instagram. Like, well, do they listen to podcasts as well as go on Instagram? Yeah. Well, put it on a Facebook group. Well, we don't know if they listen to podcasts. Like it's its own really bizarre. And there are hundreds of millions of people out there who A, have never heard of a podcast, and B, and they've heard of it, but they don't know what it is.
Right.
It's a weird world to be
I gotta
getting
say,
into.
this is a lot of fun. This is actually the first podcast I've ever done.
No way!
Yeah.
What? We broke your cherry! Oh my god! Yeah! Woo, high five
There
for
is-
COVID.
yeah,
That's
hold on, what's the?
Jesse is
that's why I
licking
put a
my
towel
face
down.
right now.
What's the? Do you remember the Demolition Man high five?
Yes. Oh my God.
You ready?
I don't remember.
You remember? No, you stop and then you do this.
Oh yes, that's right.
So
And
you do a
wipe-
high five and you stop about a foot away and then you rotate your hands.
Did we ever find out what the three
Yeah,
seashells were?
you
about?
just scrape it out.
Yeah, is that
scrape
what
it
it
out
is?
your crack with the edge of the
and then what? And then leave it for the next person.
yeah, and then you just smash the shells on the floor.
Yeah. Like, what if one broke as you?
I want to watch that film now. That film was great.
I loved it. Do you know they're remaking it?
No.
Oh no, I know. There's no originality anymore. I'm going to say it. I don't know if
I
that's
watched
going
I
to.
watched the remake of RoboCop, and I was like, oh,
It was not good.
Lethal Weapon 5 is coming out. And
yay.
I'm actually excited because
I'm excited.
it's Danny
I-
Glover and
you
what's his name? The
bet your
racist
butthole.
Australian.
The racist Australian.
Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson, that's the one. Yeah.
It sure is.
Have you seen the Santa Claus movie he's in recently?
No.
No,
Mel
Fat
Gibson?
Man. Yeah, It's called Fat Man. It's amazing.
No.
it's so good. So basically, these the
I
story
think we
is
just
these
started a
two
new
filmmakers. These two filmmakers had this. They made some short films, and they were some pretty decent short films. But they're short films, and then they wrote a script about Santa Claus. How do I put this? Okay, it's as if Santa Claus was real, right? And he has elves and a workshop, but it's a drama. It's an action drama, right?
What?
It's not a comedy, nor is it like a fantasy family fun sort of thing. No, it's a what if it was real? And they had the everyday troubles like we do, and it's just like, it's dark and it's gritty and it's a little fun, but they take it serious. And
Mel Gibson is Santa.
It's Mel Gibson is Santa. It's called Fat Man. So it's really funny. These two filmmakers, they made some short films and they wrote a script called Fat Man, and they kept bringing it to producers, and they say, we want to direct this, and the producers were like, this is a really good script. We are not giving you $20 million. Right. Start smaller, guys.
Yeah.
Right. And they just kept pushing it. And I don't know how, but they managed to somehow get the money to make it. And then pandemic happened. And of course, they just lost everything.
20 million. For 20 million, I will make 17 Avengers movies. No problem.
But it's a really fun
100%.
film. If you guys can find it, it's Mel Gibson is Santa
I will
Claus.
look that up.
Yeah, it's
I will look that
it's
up.
a fun time.
I'm one of those people who can't watch Christmas shit.
Oh,
unless
I'll
it's
tell you.
Christmas time.
I'll give you the brief synopsis. Just
He's just going to tell us the whole goddamn
No.
movie. Here we go.
Instead, can I tell you my idea for a Christmas film?
Well, can I? Oh, I wanted to.
All right, you tell me. All right,
I'm excited.
you remind us of somebody else's work, and I'll then tell you about my original creative idea.
Santa gave this rich kid some coal for Christmas. The rich kid's all pissed off, so he literally hires a hitman to go and kill Santa. Okay, and Santa's prepared because this is not the first time he has had a disgruntled person try to kill him, and they have like a gunfight, and you just got to. So that's
pretty cool.
Hold on a second. You meet a hitman wherever you do, seedy motel, whatever. It's like, listen, all right. So who's the mark? Santa. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Did you say Santa Claus? You dumb shit. How old are you?
It's amazing.
Tell us
your idea, Rhys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that like people go, oh, there's an elf on the shelf, he's watching you, Santa's watching, behave, all this kind of stuff. My idea was that Santa got pissed off at how bad everyone was, and it basically installed a kind of a police state where he's constant surveillance. And if you end up on the naughty list, it's like being sent to a gulag where you have to work building toys. It's an alternative reality where Santa,
that's dark.
like a prison camp.
Oh shit!
It's an alternative reality where everyone has to be nice and friendly all the time, and the minute you're not
like
nice,
super nervous
he knows,
about it.
and then you're on the naughty list, and then you're taken
messed
to
up.
make toys for the people who are good.
You
got fed up with people having free will and inspiring them to be good, that you enforced goodness.
Can I?
That's my idea.
I love it. My brain's churning and gears are going, and I've got some ideas to throw into that pot. Do you want to hear?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Never mind.
You can throw some ideas in if you want.
Oh, no.
You didn't have any.
No, I did.
We're thinking John Candy's ghost for the
Animatronic corpse, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So the AI has taken over the world, right? But they don't want to kill their creators, so they keep us as pets. But they also don't want to like manage us either. So they look through the records of like, how did humans manage themselves? And they find all this lore about Santa Claus, right? And they're like, oh, Santa must exist, all right? So we'll create this little tiny like AI that's self-serving, and he'll be Santa Claus, and he'll look after the humans, our pet humans, while we go off and do AI robot things over the side. And that's where your idea comes in. That's why Santa Claus is so crazy and kind of.
My idea why he went crazy was that a predator drone wiped out his reindeer, and he was like, "The world has gone mad." But your idea is good too.
Yeah. I was actually staring at Jesse the whole time he's talking. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? His hands are going. I have a friend who would love to make that.
But his commentary on the surveillance that we tell kids exists when they're kids about being good, and it's implanted in their heads the idea that they're always being watched.
Yeah.
And
Right.
their behavior has to follow along social norms, which I don't think is healthy.
Yeah.
I think Elf on a Shelf is a dick.
Well, yeah. Oh, we
And
don't allow it in our house.
work. It's a lot of work.
There's no elf in the shelf in our house.
We actually cut short how long he was in our house for because he had to quarantine for 2 weeks before he was allowed to be in the house.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
We just told our kids that he got AIDS and he died.
Oh my God, man.
It's nothing quite like giving kids a
Why
dose
so
of
skinny?
Yeah, it's nothing quite like destroying whimsy with a dose of reality.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man, no, we won't allow it. We won't allow. We won't allow the elf on the shelf in our house. It's foolish. And I have this thing with my wife. She's like, "Well, what present's going to be from Santa?" I'm like, "Just the stocking. I want them to know that Daddy and Mommy work really hard, and they buy these goddamn stupid fucking gifts."
Oh, that's smart.
It's like when
That's
kids,
really
it's
smart.
like when kids break something, they go, "Oh, you broke your thing." Yeah, Santa will bring me a new one. Come Christmas is fine.
And also, I mean, like because I grew up poor, and it was like, how come Santa got that motherfucker like a new whatever the hell, and I got socks?
Because he loves rich kids more.
He loves. He must. He must. They racist.
I like how this episode is about the far right and the Conservative Party, and we've spoken a good solid 15 minutes about Santa.
Yep.
And alternative Santa films. It's
This
great.
might be the greatest episode of a podcast ever. Any podcast, anywhere.
It's certainly the longest we've ever done. That's
Oh,
No, it's
sorry.
not. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's not?
No.
What? How long?
Our
was it?
longest episode we ever did was with
Not Jonathan Torrance. That doesn't count.
no,
That's
not
a
with Jonathan Donnis. That
live
I think
stream.
the longest episode we've ever done was with Sick Boy.
Oh wow, that was an hour and a half, wasn't it?
No, it was only 2 hours.
That was 2
I
hours.
cut our version down to be an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
They did the full 2 hours.
Oh my
and edited
God.
it.
Wow. So how long is this going to get cut down to?
I probably
15 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
15 minutes. Yeah. So I'll talk about this after. This is admin that the listeners.
Should we end the episode?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool.
All right. So
Okay,
if
cool.
people want to if people want to follow you or whatever you're promoting,
Yeah.
Where would they go?
On Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, 15 Cornwall Productions. 15 is spelled out. We have an amazing crew, Linda Mayan, Cassidy McCarthy, and Daniel McKenzie, Jacob Pugh, and Nithin Kumar. They're the best crew in the world.
And if they were to go to, say, TikTok, Twitter, or Instagram, pick one of these things that you can remember something fun you can describe right now that they can go and find and check out right after this podcast is over.
My TikTok is Chaos and Mayhem. There is a lot of crazy. Actually, I had a TikTok account with like over 100,000 followers, and I got banned.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so I started one back up, and now we got a good amount of followers under 15 Cornwall. But there's a lot of me like bothering my wife, bothering my kids, saying stuff that
All right.
is even worse
15
than
Cornwall Productions.
15 Cornwall Productions.
TikTok for some insanity. All right.
Yeah, go check it out.
And tell us about your television show that's coming out.
So we decided, like morons, to make a travel show in the middle of a pandemic.
In Nova Scotia.
Yeah, which was foolish. And then Bell graciously said yes, which was foolish. And now we're making one. So yeah, we just traveled.
You're in the
the
middle of
province.
it, making it right now. Are you?
So right now we're on hiatus because the pandemic got a little wonky there and the restrictions and all that, and we don't want anyone to get sick. So we just traveled the province looking for cool stuff to do and hoping we don't get kicked out of places. I want to on air here. I just like to apologize to. I forget the name in Cape Breton. What's that national park up there? The old fort.
Oh,
Come on.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yes, that's the one.
What?
No, the fort in Cape Breton. Oh my God!
I
Why
don't know.
we went
not
there?
Not Fort Lewisburg.
Yes.
I don't think that's in
Lewisburg.
Cape Breton. I think
Yeah.
that's on the way to Cape Breton.
No, that's in
I
Cape
typed
Breton.
in fort and Fortnite came up.
No, Lewisburg.
Okay.
So we can cut the part out where I didn't remember what it's called.
No, we'll keep it in.
I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Lewisburg for our shenanigans. We got in a little bit of trouble in
What did you
Lewisburg.
do?
So in Lewisburg, they have actors that play people
Historical
from,
reenactment.
Yeah, play people from the 1760s who landed here. So
That is
lots-
very much in
so-
Cape Breton. I'm looking at it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yes, sorry.
So they play people from back in the 1760s who landed here. So obviously plenty of blacks and Hispanics. And no, I'm just kidding. They're all white. And the actors didn't realize that we were a comedic show. So everywhere we'd go is we'd be making jokes or doing this and stuff like that. And then they would be like, where's the person who's supposed to be with you? And they're not supposed to break character the entire time. We made like 6 different people break character.
What? Why? How? What do you mean?
Okay, for example, I'll give you one.
God.
It's in an episode. And so we walk into this old 1700s house. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And by the way, if I recommend taking your family to the Fortress of Lewisburg. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous place. It's unbelievable up there. And we walk into this house and we're walking through all these exhibits and we get to this lady wearing a big puffy dress and she's playing this piano that sounds like a harp. I don't know. White people were crazy back then. What? No, it's like a piano, but it sounded like a harp. Is that what a harpsichord is?
No idea.
I have no idea. But it was old. Was
it a Casio?
What's that? Yeah, I think it was a Yamaha actually. And she's playing this, and so I asked her. She's telling me that this instrument would be played at homes of people of note, like people who are higher up, like generals or this or whatever, and at fancy parties. And I asked her. I said, would I be invited to one of those fancy parties in the 1760s? And she knew exactly what I meant. As a non-white, would I be allowed to walk into one of these parties? She goes, well, I guess it depends on what kind of party you were looking for. And I said, one of those weird eyes wide shut, weird sex parties kind of thing. And she stands up and she says, where is the person that's supposed to be with you? And I'm like, and we had ditched him. And so, anyways, it was chaos and mayhem.
Please tell me that you're going to keep that in.
Please. Oh yeah, it's staying.
Yes.
And there's a clip of the trailer. I won't tell you. You guys saw it, but there's a part at the end of the trailer where I'm talking to a gentleman, and I think you guys remember the conversation. That was real. That was a real conversation I had with this guy. We did not.
Seriously?
We didn't plan any of this. Nothing was planned in the show, except for a couple of the intro shots. Other than that, like all of the people we speak to, it's all real. It's awesome.
Wow.
But it's so much fun because this province is, I know this is the longest setup to a fucking show.
No, I mean,
this province is incredible. We went through way too much shit last year. I think we all know what we're talking about, not just COVID with the shooting in Portapique. And I was like, how do we make this province just goddamn smile, man? Let's do something fun in our own province, and that's what we're doing. And it's a riot. We are having a blast. We're just tearing apart the province and having a blast, making friends everywhere we go, and enemies in Lewisburg.
But that kind of production where you mix comedy with like real people is so much fun because it's so unpredictable.
100%.
And I used to do a comedy show, and we actually, the last show with John was on the show, The Unexplainers. And The Unexplainers was a comedy mystery road show where we'd road trip around solving mysteries.
That's awesome.
But like mysteries you could never solve. That's why it was called The Unexplainers, because we would unexplain things, which meant we never got to any resolution. But what we'd find was we were kind of, we'd go and meet people who had seen UFOs or had like, I saw a UFO and I lost time, and there was a woman who's like, and they abduct me and they take me to the intergalactic UN and all this kind of stuff, you know. So because we had two comedians, obviously you when you're talking to people, you can't, when you're talking to people who believe in flat Earth, who believe they can psychically communicate with Martians, you can't go there and just make fun of them to their face or anything like that. And we didn't want it to be kind of inclusive.
Of course.
So what John would do, he would be even weirder than they were and say weirder things than they would.
Oh my God, I've been saying that for years. And the only way you can, you can't logically argue with a crazy person. You can only out crazy them.
Yeah. And then Mike, the other presenter, would just apologize to them for how silly he was being.
Yes.
Please tell me your story. Don't ignore his rubbish. And it worked so well.
That's great.
And we did it for like 4 seasons. And we could speak to people who'd seen Bigfoot. People, it didn't matter, lake monsters. And because they had that dynamic, the person always felt safe. Because the skeptic was kind of like siding with them.
Right.
And they always kind of had a good experience and were happy with the end thing because they got that John was just being a bit silly and saying crazy stuff, but it was then the other person was being sympathetic and so it worked really well. But it's always so like, it's like the adrenaline pumps in those situations.
Sure.
'Cause you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know what's going to happen with it.
That's, you know what, and as I can speak, I think, for a few of my comedian friends. When we think of something funny, we have to say it, or it'll drive us mad. Like, it drives me mad. It doesn't matter what kind of.
A lot.
Oh my God! Doesn't matter what setting I'm in. And kudos to my in-laws for they're the most incredible human beings. I swear to God, they're the best because they love it. They love me for me. They don't want me to be anybody else. So, if we're at dinner with like a bunch of people and stuff that I've never met or whatever it is, and I think of something, and my wife knows when I'm thinking of something because I'll just kind of go like this, and she's like, "Oh shit!" She lets me have my crazy. I have to say it, and if I don't say it, I'm sour for the rest.
Really?
Of the. Oh yeah,
You missed an opportunity to like get it out there.
That's the thing, because laughs are like crack. That's what it is, like drugs to me. That's really what it is. I don't want to offend anybody. That's not what I'm out to do. But yeah,
you're out to feed your crack addiction.
Oh my God, I have to. But yeah, if I think of something funny, or like if I'm somewhere and someone tries to shut me down for, hey, don't say this. I have a few people like that try to do that.
Yeah, but you do the opposite. You have to say it.
I have to. And now I really have to say it because fuck you. But yeah, no, I get that. So with that show, like I wouldn't be able to do that. Do that show because I would. Oh my God!
Because it's hard, and it is a real tightrope. And a lot of it was in the editing. Sometimes I think in the editing we could have pushed it one way or the other and everything like that. But doing like having comedians interact with real people and shooting like a documentary, it's just the stuff that you never expect is going to happen. If the stuff we used to get was way better than if we'd written it.
Yeah.
because we'd make assumptions about what was there and what the people were like and everything, and if we cast it with actors and everything. But I just loved the spontaneity of it, and you ended up doing really stupid things.
So now that we've talked about the Unexplainers for 25 minutes, what is the name of your show, Karan?
I was just relating.
It's actually the Unexplainers. I guess we're going to have to change it now. But it's called Road Trip with the Brown Cowboy. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, sure. I wanted to just call it Road Trip. Because the Brown Cowboy was like this online thing I had going, and I'm trying to, because I feel as if I'm better than that. So I'm trying to get away from it. So I think Belle is aware that if we do a season 2, we're dropping the Brown Cowboy. I'm just like, because when you put a name like that, instantly, I swear to God, like sometimes if I'm doing comedy or if I'm doing whatever, there's people who look at me like, oh my God, he's going to do the Indian voice. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking not, actually. I'm not going to do it. So I'm just trying to get away. It's like, I'm brown. You can see it, you know? But that's what it's called. Road Trip with the Brown Cowboy. I'm proud of the show. I am proud of the show.
That's what you were saying the name of the show was for a second. I'm brown and you could see it.
Yeah. Hey.
Right?
Jesse.
Season 2.
I'm brown and you can see it. Deal with it.
I like the kind of pose you did there.
You
it was
like
like
that?
a 90s poster.
Yeah.
Cool dude poster.
Stand-up comedy. I'm still here. Or whatever.
That's always the thing as well with comedy posters.
God.
You have to do grumpy or over the top, crazy, arms in the air, and eyebrows raised up.
Yeah, I refuse. I won't do it. I'm not going to do those. Those ones. Like grabbing a mic and be like, is this a hot dog? Or whatever the fuck they do.
With like an inflatable parrot on your shoulder or something.
And like you're like, whoa, what's that on my shoulder? It's like
they won't know it's a comedy without you being a dick.
I know. I know. That's why I love Dave Chappelle, man. He's the coolest. He just does his thing.
I love the fact that even he can stand up against all smoking laws and regulations and
Oh my
smoke on stage.
He is, in my opinion,
Who's gonna stop him?
the coolest fucking guy in the world. He's my idol. He's the guy. He's
fantastic.
Yeah. So you should book him.
If you got his number, we'll gladly call him up.
No, I don't have it.
So this podcast will probably come out long before your show is. So our listener, if you have a piece of paper and a crayon handy, as you usually do, when would your show come out? Do you think you're in the middle of shooting it still?
Yeah, right now we're on hiatus until the spring.
Okay,
and I'm right now I think tentatively, hopefully mid-August.
Okay. That's not bad.
But if you follow 15 Cornwall Productions on Facebook,
there we go.
You're going to get all the updates and a bunch of other crazy stuff
and
that we do.
Sneak previews,
new trailers, and everything that we're up to. Yeah.
Are you doing any merch?
No.
We sold a t-shirt and a sticker yesterday.
Oh, really?
We have stickers?
We have stickers.
What the fuck?
I felt like...
Hold on. What was the sticker?
I'll find out now.
It was a maple leaf on Trump's hair or something like that.
We sold a sticker. I'm all proud. I wonder where that sticker's going.
Our best-selling T-shirt is Ride the Shiny Pony.
Amazing. Whoever bought...
Where do I buy that? Where do we buy that?
CanadianPoliticsIsBoring.com.
Cool.
So somebody bought the Manitoba Nights T-shirt.
Fucking yes.
And 2 Manitoba Nights stickers.
Oh my God. Okay, so whoever you are, you must be listening because there's no way you're not listening to the show. Please take a photo of the sticker.
Yeah. I think they shut it off at like marker 23.
Wherever you can send it to us and we'll put it up on, or just tag us in your Instagram, which probably has way more followers than we do.
We do have a trickle of people buying merch, which is mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's great, though. I love this. I gotta say, this is a riot for me. I'm having a blast. I'm having an absolute blast. I really want to thank you.
We deliver our like weekly show every Monday, and it's around 20 to 30 minutes long. And then if we have a guest, we're like, fuck it. If they want to listen to an hour and a half long of us having a guest, have at her. Our regular show's coming out on Monday regardless. Right. So this is a bonus and a treat for some people and an absolute nightmare for others.
Yeah, so some people won't listen, but that's their choice.
I'm going to make like my family listen to it. I'm going to the whole thing.
Like tie them to chairs and like put headphones on them.
Because I'll send the link to my in-laws, but I'll say don't play it until I'm there so I know. and I'll sit
just
there.
stand there, like stare into their eyes
Yeah,
while they
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
And then when there's a joke,
And then I'll pause it. Did you find that funny? Yeah. Actually, so my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, very much into politics. My father-in-law, career politician for the Liberal Party.
Really?
And so I totally forgot after you reached out. I should have called him and just like, have you listened to this yet? Because I bet you he would love. Because I've listened to a few of the episodes now, and him and my mother-in-law would love this.
He's a
great.
politician, you say?
He's a judge now.
Oh, wow. That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hit the jackpot, guys.
Lucky you.
yeah. You know, needed that security.
Did you
That
ever,
little security blanket.
did you ever call him the judge instead of dad?
No. Just
Judge
Paul.
Dad.
Judge dad?
Just Judge Dad. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Duffys. They're the best.
Can you make a trailer for Judge Dad, which is
Yeah.
like Judge Dredd?
Who ate the last piece of cheesecake?
Hi, Judge Dad.
Yeah.
Hi, Judge dad.
He's they're the best. They're like my best friends, man. You know how people will like I find it crazy, like, you know, contrary to terrible 90s stand-up comedy, your in-laws can be pretty goddamn cool. They're pretty good. Like, do you get along with your in-laws? Or
Yeah, no, I do. I think very different personality types, but that doesn't stop us from getting on.
right.
It's fine, you know.
Yeah. No,
And I thankfully am not married.
Oh, actually,
Are you single?
I am single.
You are single.
Yeah.
How old are you, Jesse?
I am turning 42.
You're turning 42.
Yep.
You
he's
are.
got loads of kids. He's just never met them.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2009 was a crazy year for me, too. Yeah, well, that's good. Do you live in the city? I'm going to interview you now.
Sure.
Do
Oh, that's
you,
interesting.
Do you live in the city?
I do live in the city.
Do you live in the city? So, Jesse, and men, women, which one are you into? Women. Ladies.
Females.
Females. Jesse is very handsome. I know you
thank you,
can't you can't see it.
I would not consider myself handsome this year.
And his voice would lead you to the contrary, but he is very, very handsome. He's got the long wavy hair. He's got the Ricky Gervais black T-shirt on.
Or Simon Cowell.
Yeah,
I have nothing but black T-shirts in my closet. Just
If you're a single woman and you'd like a piece of Jesse,
no.
then just email the show.
Just email the show, guys. I mean, you know.
I am
Politics
single and
sport.
ready to mingle,
Yeah.
ladies.
I think this has been a very fun episode.
Okay.
A very weird
Yeah,
episode.
very strange.
This is good.
Yeah.
No, it's
Hey.
good. This is I do like the unstructured ones because usually I got a thing in front of me and I'm trying to follow it and everything, and it's quite nice to go off the beaten path.
Hey, I've always wanted to do a podcast. My God, this is fun. Like this is like
Maybe you should have your own.
I would love to.
segue
Oh my
into
God.
Rhys's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, my business. Is this a plug for my business on the?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know what? I should use this podcast to promote my podcast
why
business more.
wouldn't
not,
you?
man?
I've never
seriously-
mentioned it. It's
seriously.
crazy.
Rhys has a business
Yeah.
where he helps other businesses start a podcast when they don't know how to start a podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's like, do you want a podcast? I will help you have a podcast.
I
And
would
he's
like-
very good at it.
I would like to have a podcast now, Rhys. How do we like?
That will be $6 million.
Ah, shit.
He can pay it in installments.
Let me call my father-in-law.
Judge
Dad.
Oh, my
cool.
God.
This has been fun.
This
and
has
we,
been
we
fun.
will have you back for another episode.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Absolutely.
Yep, this was super
This is
fun.
so much fun.
You should have me on your television show.
You
That's-
guys are more than welcome to join us at any location we go on.
I
Absolutely.
actually didn't think that would work, but I'll do
100%.
it.
if you ever want us to just do something, I'm up for that. It'd be good
Just
fun.
come on down. Like we're not one of those. Yeah, come on down.
I would.
100%.
I'll
let you guys know when
Maybe,
we
maybe
start
it should be a
filming
group. If there's a group activity that you can do in Nova Scotia, you need multiple people. We'll come and make the numbers up.
it. Actually, we're looking at going back to Cape Breton since we ruined it the first time. Yeah, please. That'd be. I mean, we have a riot and we eat well. Thanks, Bill. That's 30% of the budget. Just eating well. They didn't know that until now.
Mobile hog roast following you around.
Yeah.
No, it's super fun having you on the show. Thanks for
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so
Really
much.
appreciate it.
Yeah. And go to
15 Cornwall Productions.
And social media we'll promote it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye.